Okay guys, the very first thing you want to do when taking this case off to change your flywheel out is we're going to elevate this kickstand here and first we're going to take off this guy here. I'm going to pause you. Okay, now got the shift lever off. Now these two bolts here here we go. Now we're going to take out all these bolts here. They're 8mm. I'll pause you guys. Okay. Now I have a little lunch box here with a 2x4 on it, that way this won't rest on the wires. Take that off. Now we'll take that bolt out. What is that? That's a 14mm. We'll take our starter off. Now this little bolt here, this little tool I bought, now this came off easy for me because I had this off before. My bearings came right out. I want to make sure that I have them all. Okay, I got one there, that one's in, and that's down here. Your roller bearings might slide off. They might come off on you. Now what we have here, we'll take that bolt there out because we have another one-way clutch we're going to put on here. We'll take this out. Let me pause you. Okay guys, now I put a light coat of the motor oil that I use in this motorcycle. So this is my new one-way clutch, and the way this goes on, the bigger section, the longer sleeve goes toward the engine. Put all that sucker all the way in. Now there's a little key here. You got to make sure the sleeve goes in that key, or you will damage this. Okay, that went in. We'll pull our one-way clutch back, that way our bearings don't pop out. Oh, my fault. Now the way you push this back in is with your bolt. When you do this, make sure your one-way bearing is up against it, because you don't want your bearings in your stator drum popping out when you're doing this. Just give it probably about a good 10 whacks. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That should be good enough. Now we'll put back in our keeper. And this just has to be hand tightened. Don't over tighten it. It's probably like 10 foot-pounds. It's not much. Busy little street today I live on, guys. Make sure that's clean, because they are magnetic. We'll put all our bolts back in. Two long ones always go up here. Alright, let me pause you guys. We'll tighten this up. Now, before I put anything else back on here, we're going to turn this over and see how she works. Didn't have the starter on. There you go. I'm positive you'll put everything back on, guys. You know, it's not very hard to do. I think that starter clutch is a little better than the one I had. My one barrel pin is what caused the noise from the beginning. Where's that 2x4 I had? I'm not done with that yet. I've done this so many times I can probably do this in my sleep. These two bolts here, I think you should torque them down. They're probably like 50 foot-pounds. I don't torque them down because I don't feel like getting my torque wrench out. So, you know, I just I tighten them up to a pretty good feel. I still haven't figured out why it's making that sound. It just sounds like I don't know what that is. I'm going to give this a I'm going to definitely change the oil in this again. It might just be the starter making that sound. I think it's the starter, because this has 2 quarts of oil in it. You know, it's not the oil, but I'm going to still give it another oil change. But yeah, they're I don't know if you can see it or not, but how my roller bearings came out. What we're going to do is we're going to put them back in there for a rainy day. So hey, any of you guys need, I got a spare stator drum and a spare one-way clutch. They're both in, well, the one-way clutch, this is in real good condition. My stator drum has a bad barrel retainer and a bad spring. But that's how you take it off with this thing. I got this on eBay. I think this was like 14 bucks. It's a 16 millimeter fine thread bolt, and you put it back on with that bolt there. Give that like 20 good whacks, and that'll put it back on. Alright, catch you later.